What's going on, everybody? Victor here with a brand new video, and I want to talk about one of the fights that's going to be taking place next week, April 12th, on a Friday, for the PFL's regular season fights. Yes, the 2024 season for the PFL is currently underway. They had their first event last week. They have another one coming up this week, and it's going to be a good one. But one of the fights I want to talk about the most is a lightweight matchup, a marquee matchup that I like as a fan, that each and every single one of you guys should like as fans. Obviously, some of you, or a lot of you, may not know these two individuals, but I'm talking about Clay Collard. He's got a 24-12 record. He also has a 9-6 professional boxing record as well, versus Patricky Pitbull, one half of the Pitbull brothers, who has a record of 25-12. So both these individuals have very similar records. Both of them have been in mixed martial arts for a very long time. Patricky Pitbull being in mixed martial arts since 2005, fighting professionally, and Clay Collard being in mixed martial arts since 2011, fighting professionally. Both of these guys facing former UFC fighters in the past as well. Clay Collard, when he had his stint, he fought guys such as Max Holloway and Gabriel Benitez, and also, even though Patricky Pitbull was never part of the UFC, he has fought people that currently or used to fight in the UFC. I'm talking about guys such as Michael Chandler, Eddie Alvarez, Benson Henderson, and Josh Thompson. He's also fought in the likes of Umar Nurmagomedov and Tofik Musayev. He's fought in the who's who, and so has Clay Collard as well. Both these guys are very heavy hitters. 86% of Patricky Pitbull's wins have been by knockout, and 46% of Clay Collard's wins have been by knockout as well, knockout or TKO. So both these guys like to do their work on the feet, and both these individuals are very fast as well, and they both have very fast hands. So this is going to be a lot of action going into this fight. You're going to see a lot of movement. You're going to see a lot of exchanges inside of the pocket. You're going to see a lot of exchanges with some dirty boxing against the fence of the cage, and it's going to be a lot of it's going to be a lot of hard hits, and there's definitely going to be a lot of damage absorbed on both sides of these individuals. Both these guys have been known to do a lot of their work with the boxing, and not just the boxing, but also switching up with the kickboxing as well, in the Muay Thai aspect, going on the Patricky Pitbull side. Patricky Pitbull likes to use all of his aspects. You know, the knees, the legs, the fist, the elbows, everything. You know, he has more of a Muay Thai style than he has a boxer style than Clay Collard, that likes to go in there and really likes to stand and bang. When Clay Collard came into the PFL organization after taking a little hiatus from mixed martial arts, going into the professional boxing world, he came back, and his first fight was against Anthony Pettis, which wasn't supposed to be a easy fight for him, but he made it look like it was really easy, and he just pieced up Anthony Pettis for the majority of that fight. The following season, his first fight was against Jeremy Stevens, who ended up ending his contract with the UFC, going over to the PFL, which basically was going to make him a lot more money, and having a fight with Clay Collard. A lot of people thought that he was going to beat Clay Collard, but Clay Collard, like I said, he made it easy, just like he did with his PFL debut against Anthony Pettis. So both of these individuals have been overlooked just because have never been in the UFC, such as Patricky Pitbull, and have been in the UFC for a very short stint, such as Clay Collard. Now, when both these guys go in, it's going to be a battle of attrition at the end of the day. It's going to be about who can take less damage and who can be able to deal more damage at the end of the day. Both these guys like to take damage just to give some back. So you can call them sponges. Sponges in mixed martial arts, individuals that take a lot of damage but are able to give it back tenfold. And both these guys like to do that, which is why none of you should be surprised if there's going to be blood in this matchup. And none of you should be surprised if you see things that you don't usually see. You know what I mean? When it comes to striking, when it comes to cutting the angles, when it comes to the striking exchanges against the fence. You know, it's going to be dirty, it's going to be grimy, it's going to be nasty. Both these guys have been known to knock out a lot of their opponents in the past, especially Patricky Pitbull. He's got some very nice high-level knockouts. He has been known to be the guy that got knocked out against Michael Chandler. He also got knocked out against Eddie Alvarez, and he's been knocked out against many more opponents in the past. On the other hand, you've got Clay Collard, who isn't really known for getting knocked out. You know, he's been knocked out a few times in his career. So there's one thing about Patricky Pitbull, is that he does have a little bit of a fragile chin. If you can be able to touch it, especially with a hard shot, with a hard strike, such as Clay Carter and what he's known for. He should be able to get the finish. So Patricky is going to have to move around. He's going to have to duck. He's going to have to utilize his head movement. He can't be just standing there. He's got to be a stationary target at all time. He's got to be moving to the right, to the left. He's got to make Clay Collard really think, and Clay Collard is going to have to cut him off and do his absolute best to be able to cut off his route, his direction where he's trying to go to. And as soon as he cuts him off, hit him with nice combinations, because that's what Collard is known for. He just doesn't hit your opponent. He doesn't hit his opponents with just 1 or 2 shots. He usually goes in for 3 or 4 shot combinations. He backs off, then resets and goes back in there again. So Patricky, Pitbull is going to have to watch out for the amount of volume that Clay Collard is going to be bringing to the table, because he's going to come in hot. Now, why I say that Patricky Pitbull has got to do all that is because he's got a higher fighter IQ than Clay Collard. He's been doing this since 2005. That's a very, very long time ago. So Clay Collard's been doing this since 2011. So Patricky Pitbull has about 6 or 7 years on him, which means that he can be able to utilize a lot more weapons, a lot more tools at his disposal. And if I am Patricky, use the wrestling, use the jiu-jitsu, even though he does have 1 or 2 wins in his career via submission. This would be a great fight to be able to display some of that ground game, especially against Clay Collard. And he has been taken down in the past many times, and his strong suit is not on the ground whatsoever. So definitely take Clay Collard down, but you have to set out the takedown. You're going to have to soften him up with some punches, with some strikes, get him distracted up on the feet so you can be able to change levels, go in for a single leg or a double leg, and drive. Drive with as much power as you possibly have to be able to throw him off balance and get him on to the canvas. And eventually you might be able to work some ground pound in there eventually towards a submission. And if I'm Clay Collard, you're trying to sprawl, you're trying to throw in that wizard, or just trying to throw him off and put in a submission to be able to try to get him off of there. Clay Collard has about 3 submission wins in his career. So again, he's no stranger. Both of these individuals are well-rounded, seasoned veterans, and they're going to be bringing a lot to this fight. Like I said, there's definitely going to be blood in this fight. There's definitely going to be some hard, heavy shots in this fight, because both of these individuals have been known to throw down. They've been known to get into brawls. They've been known to be in instant classics in the past. So there's going to be blood. There's going to be heavy shots. Someone's going to get wobbled, and someone's going to be getting knocked out. This fight is definitely not going to be going the full 3 rounds. And if you ask me who I'm going to give it to, I'm going to give it to Clay Collard, just because Patricky Pitbull has more miles on his clock, and Clay Collard has just usually been the underdog in his career, especially in the PFL so far. And he was able to get to the PFL finals last season, and he fought Olivier Bon Mercier, and he ended up losing that. So I think he's going to be hungrier than ever going into this tournament. He's definitely going to want to win, and he's definitely want to get back into the playoffs, into the finals, and be able to get those $1 million. So appreciate you guys for watching this. Like I said, this fight is going to be epic. It's going to be insane. It's going to be a great fight, and you're going to see nonstop action from the very first bell that's going to be rung to the finish that's eventually going to happen. I appreciate you guys for watching this video. Like I said, the PFL regular season began this week. I said last week, but it's basically this week. It began this week a couple of days ago. It's going to continue into this coming week as well, and it's going to continue to keep on going for the next couple of weeks as well. So it's going to be a good one. April 12th. It's going to be on ESPN, ESPN Plus. Enjoy, guys. Take it easy. Stay safe. Stay blessed.